Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mogi Beth, and for those of y'all who are new here, I am a full-time reseller of women's clothing, primarily on the Poshmark app, but I also sell over on Tradesy and eBay, and that's what we're discussing today, what I sold within my reselling business over the last weekend in April 2020, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Next week, I am going to do a video going over my entire amount of sales during the month of April, but I did also want to give y'all a screenshot into kind of what is selling right now, because I think that information is more helpful now than ever during this very uncertain time period where it's really hard to understand, what the next week is going to look like. So I hope this information is helpful. I'm going to go over every single sale, whether I would pick it up again. And then also later on this week, I'm going to show you how I ship those items. So in case you are curious about how to ship through eBay and Tradesy, which is a question I get a lot, look out for that video later this week. But okay, without further ado, let's get into what sold this weekend. Okay, so I am going to go over each day and different platforms within each day. So I'll start with Friday. I'm including Friday because Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for some reason have just been the most profitable days of the week for me for the past couple of months. That hasn't always been the case in my reselling career, so it's interesting to see how that's happening, but it makes some sense. I mean, people get paid on Friday. So we're gonna start with Friday. On Poshmark, I made the sale of this rag and bone Lexington blazer. It was new without tag. I had recently listed this only on April 19th, and then it sold on the 24th. So it had a really quick turnaround time. I had it listed for $165 and got an offer for $130. This is an item, honestly, that it's a blazer, so it's something that you might not expect to sell right now, but I'm being surprised more and more these days as to, I think people are really trying to curate a better closet, perhaps for work in the future. I just recently bought this blazer. It's a Reese blazer on Poshmark. So, I think even though it's not something I would necessarily guess would be my first sale of the weekend, it was, and it was a very good sale, and I'm very happy about it. The next was a new tag, the Great Shrunken Henley and Blue Stripe. This is a brand I've never sold before, but I've heard great things about it. It's called The Great, period. And this proved that it is an actually really great brand. I had it listed for $65. I listed it only on April 21st, and it sold on April 24th for $52 with discounted shipping, which is a 20% discount. And if you watched my Poshmark tips video, you understand why I did the 20% discount, and I'll link that up on the screen in case y'all haven't watched that video yet. But offers to likers is definitely a way in which I accumulated a lot of sales this weekend, so I would definitely recommend it. The next sale that I had on the 24th, Friday, on Poshmark was an Anthropologie Mauve necktie dress. This is a dress that I thrifted, and I've actually sold this dress before. It's funny how a little while into your reselling career, it's like Groundhog Day. You start finding a lot of the same stuff over and over again. This is a dress I love. I think it's gorgeous, and I sold for $36 with discounted shipping. I had it listed at $45, so again, it was a 20% off offer to liker. I'm very happy with that sale. I would pick that dress up again. The next sale on Poshmark on Friday is an Anthropologie knitted and knot eyelash cardigan. Eyelash is actually a pretty good keyword to know. I don't know if this is really going to show exactly what that is, but if you aren't familiar with that term, maybe Google it and learn it, because when I find things of this fabric, it's a really good, easy way for me to find stock photos and find the style name if I know that keyword. So it's an eyelash cardigan. I had thrifted this. I listed it in the beginning of March, and it sold on Friday. It was listed at $65, and I received an offer for $48, which was great, and I accepted it. And that was my last sale on Friday on Poshmark. I also had a few sales on eBay on Friday, which was great, and then one sale on Tradesy. So, okay, something that has been selling for me that I just recently started selling, and I really didn't know how it was gonna go, is jewelry and accessories. I don't wear a lot of jewelry. I'm trying to now. I like jewelry, and it actually actually performs really well. I think it's a less saturated market than women's clothing, both on Poshmark and on eBay, and jewelry and sunglasses I think do especially well. So on Friday on eBay, I sold this pair of Fraser sterling earrings. I received, I think, an offer for 15 and I countered at 18 just to account for the eBay shipping costs, because I do free shipping on eBay. And although these are really lightweight, I knew it would cost around $3 to ship them at least. So, and then they accepted. So they were listed for 25 and I sold for 18. The next sale on eBay on that day was also an accessory. It was these rhinestone hairpins. And again, I sold those for 18. I think I received an offer for 18 for those, and they were also listed at 25. So I was very, very happy with those sales just because they are so lightweight, and I'm really getting kind of excited about accessories. Matt hates, he hates dealing with accessories for some reason. I actually don't mind it, and it's proving to me that this is definitely a category that I'm super interested in learning more about and potentially moving more and more into. So, you know, I'm still learning a lot of stuff every day. It's really exciting. And then my last sale on eBay on Friday was something I was very happy about. If you watched my Nordstrom Rack haul, which I'll link on the screen, from Black Friday, you might recognize this dress. It's a Kate Spade rhinestone embellished dress. Such a beautiful, beautiful dress. I think it was a size 16, and I listed it in December, and then it sold on the 24th. I had it listed for $150 and I received an offer for $100. Y'all, I had received so many offers on this dress. There was so much interest in this dress, but they were never quite enough for me to accept. I would counter and go back and forth. But I was really happy to receive an offer that I could work with, and eBay, for whatever reason, was the place it happened. So very, very happy with that. And you know, it's a party dress, so it's something that I didn't really expect to sell right now, but I'm very happy it did. And it's just, I think, continuously proving me wrong that categories that perhaps I thought wouldn't sell are selling. So I think that's something just to keep in mind going forward when you're listing. Don't be demoralized by listing, you know, party dresses or blazers or workwear, because a lot of that is selling for me right now. I think maybe people are hopeful that they'll be able to maybe leave their house soon, or they're trying to create a better closet for themselves, whatever it may be. Kind of the moral of my sales story this weekend so far is, if you have it, list it. And especially, even if it's not something that you necessarily think is going to sell right now. And then I had one sale on Tradesy, which was great because Tradesy has been crickets for me this month, quite honestly. But this weekend I did have 2 sales. And so the first was on Friday. It was this Nuitech linen dot dress. I had it listed for $50. I have on Tradesy marked that they can run a 15% off sale on my items. So that sale was running, so it sold for $42.50. I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. I think Line & Dot is definitely a brand that the performance is mixed. So would I pick it up again? Yeah, probably. Knowing what I know now, I think maybe perhaps newer styles, newer tag styles can do better. Okay, so the next day was Saturday. Saturday I had a lot of activity on Poshmark, not too much on eBay or Tradesy, but yeah, a good sales day for Poshmark. I really took a lot of Saturday off, which was nice, and so I didn't do a lot of reselling related activity, but still was able to make pretty good money over on Poshmark. So the first sale I had was an item I've had for a really long time. In fact, I sourced it when I came to visit Portland for the first time, see if I wanted to live here. So this shirt has started in Portland, went to Wichita, and has come back to Portland. It is a Patagonia men's plaid button down, and I bought it a long time ago. Like I said, I've had it for 525 days. So way too long, but it is what it is. I had it listed for 45. I actually sourced 3 of these when I came here, and this was the one that just was the laggard. It took a long time to sell. I had it listed for 45 and I received an offer for $20 and I accepted it instantly. Basically, if I broke even, I would accept it. Would I pick this up again? Patagonia, to me, when I picked this up, was a brand that I would pick up 10 times out of 10. Like I said, there are very, very few brands for me right now where that's the case. And Patagonia is one I'm being more selective with. However, Patagonia, for whatever reason, is selling really well right now. So I would pick this up for the right price, I think, and I would probably price it a little bit lower. I would probably price it more around $35, $25 now. And $45 just maybe was appropriate at the time that I sourced it, but now that market is probably much more saturated. One thing with Patagonia that I've realized is that if it says the logo Patagonia visibly, it has a much higher resale value. This shirt, there was no markings of Patagonia really anywhere that I can think of. And so it had a lower resale value. So maybe, I don't think I would pick it up at the price I picked it up for. They do tend to mark up Patagonia a lot around these parts, but for the right price it might be okay. The next sale I had was also something I've had for a little while. I listed it in July of 2019. Vince Camuto Espadrille wedge sandals. I really thought these were going to sell during the summer, and I think if I would have listed them around May or June of last year, they would have sold during last summer, but I got it towards the tail end, like July 31st. So by then people had kind of already purchased their summer clothes, which is just something to keep in mind. Like, now is the time to really be listing a lot of your summer clothes. You don't want to be in August listing summer clothes. You want to be at least a few months ahead of the curve. But now it does appear as though people are buying these things, and this sale is case in point. It was listed for $65 and I received an offer for $40 and I accepted it. The next sale was from my closet clean out haul, if you watched that. This was a pair of shoes that I thrifted for myself and then decided to sell. They're these Haflinger clogs. I love wearing clogs. They're so comfortable. But these were just a little bit too small for me for whatever reason. And I had them listed for $25 and they sold for $20. I probably wouldn't pick these up to resell unless I got them for a really cheap amount of money, just because they weren't in excellent like new condition. If they were, I'd probably pick them up. They did have some wear to them, which is why I priced them on the lower side. Yeah, they're okay. It was a good sale. The next was this new without tags Onya one-piece swimsuit in this yellow and white print houndstooth, which is really cute. And y'all, swimwear is starting to really sell. That's a category that I think, if you have the means to list stuff in that category or find stuff in that category, definitely start listing it now. I had picked that up in the fall of 2019, so a few months ago, and listed it in December. I had it listed for $65, and again, it sold with an offer of 20% off with free shipping, so $52 with free shipping. I'm happy with that sale. I like selling Onya swimwear, and so I would definitely pick that up again. The next was a sale that happened really quickly, which I was surprised by. It was a new without tags, and I'm going to butcher this name so badly. Mesdemoiselles. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all. All the Francophiles, let me know in the comments down below how to pronounce that and how I'm butchering it. You guys always correct me and I'm grateful. So I had this listed. This is a new without tag tank. It was like a sheer floral tank. It was really pretty. I had never picked up before or listed before. I listed it on April 14th and it sold on the 25th on Saturday. I had it listed for $50 and received an offer for $40. 20% off offer. I will accept 9.9 times out of 10. So that was great. The fact that it sold so quickly makes me very interested in this brand. I don't know that much about it, and now I really want to learn more. So the next sale on Poshmark on Saturday was this new Attack Aloe Yoga sports bra. I had it listed for $45 and received an offer for $30 and accepted. Aloe Yoga is a brand that's doing really, really well for me right now. So if you have a means of acquiring it, I would definitely recommend doing so and listing it ASAP. And then the last sale on Saturday on Poshmark were these Madewell jeans that was actually in my ThredUP haul, which I will again link up here. So I listed these fairly recently. I listed them on April 20th. I think I got all of that ThredUP stuff listed on April 20th. and then they sold on April 25th. I had them listed for $65 and received an offer for $43 and accepted. And again, y'all, I'm telling you, Madewell jeans are selling really well right now. So again, if you have a means of acquiring them, aka ThredUP, if you see a good deal on Madewell jeans over there, I would suggest, if it's a newer style, and this is a Cali demi boot that cut does especially well, I think it does better than their skinny jeans right now, then consider picking it up. Okay, and then I didn't have any sales on Tradesy on Saturday, and I had only one sale on eBay, and that was this Nuitag sundress, sequin dress. Sundress is a brand I didn't really know about and recently learned about. And it's one of those brand names that I feel like was a bad choice on the owner's part because sundress is such a common term that it's hard to search for. It's hard, whatever. Anyway, I was like very curious to see how this would perform, and it performed fairly well. I listed it March 11th and it sold on April 25th. I had it listed for $65. I sent offers to watchers, I think on Saturday evening, or sometime on Saturday, and someone accepted that offer for $40 on that item. So I was happy with that sale, and I'm really curious. I would love to acquire more of that brand and see how it does, because it's one that's very new to me, and I think it's a brand that does especially well in the summertime. Sundress, you would think. So going into Sunday I did not share my closet like I should have, and I didn't send offers like I should have. I was really busy processing items on Sunday and kind of neglected those responsibilities, and it definitely showed in my sales. I have regrets. But I did wake up to a sale on Poshmark, a great sale, a Nuitag Anthropologie Pilcrow jumpsuit. I had listed this in January and it sold on Sunday. I had it listed for $90 and I sent out offers to likers for 20% off with free shipping. So $72 with free shipping, and it sold, so super happy about that. And then the second sale I made on Sunday was also a really good one, and this is something that is kind of blowing my mind. I know about this brand, of course. I didn't really know how well it performed. So recently I listed 3 Hugo Boss dresses, all Nuitags, and I really didn't have high expectations for Hugo Boss for some reason. I don't know why. They just weren't, I for some reason had this preconceived notion that they didn't resell well, even though they do retail for a lot of money. So I listed them all for $100 each, and I've sold 2 of them now. One was this weekend, and I received an offer for $80 on this color block sheath dress. That was a size 10. I listed it April 7th, and it sold on April 26th. So Hugo Boss, definitely a brand that now I think performs well, especially these sheath dresses, which I think are great for workwear or even event wear in certain scenarios. So I have a new lens on Hugo Boss, and I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye out for that brand more so than I was before. And if some of you guys are gonna be in the comments like, yeah, duh, we all know Hugo Boss does well. But for some reason I didn't. So I think we all have those brands that like we think don't do well, but actually in reality, or we have some kind of preconceived notions about or beliefs about that aren't really matched with reality, and it takes us actually kind of experimenting with them in order to get out of our comfort zone and really kind of expand our horizons. And I think that's what these 3 Hugo Boss dresses have done for me. So super happy with that sale. And yeah, that was my last sale on Poshmark of the weekend. And then over on eBay, I had 3 sales, and I think a lot of these were from offers to watchers, which again is a really important feature over on eBay and one that I forget about a lot. So I had some, like I think 40 that I needed to send out. So the first was this Nuitag Velvet by Graham & Spencer Rye blouse in black. It was this off the shoulder top. This is a brand that I don't know if I would pick up thrifted. New with tag, it tends to do okay. It's not one I would necessarily recommend. They make a lot of basics. They're sold at Anthropologie a lot. I like their basics a lot. I own a bunch, but would I pick it up for reselling purposes? And no, probably not, unless it was new with tag or a really recent cute style. I had it listed for $35 and it sold for $23, so it's not bad. New with tag, something selling new with tag for $23, okay. Not bad, depending on how much you pay for it. And then the next was this Frankie's Bikinis maxi floral dress. I had this in some haul on YouTube at some point. I thrifted this. I had it listed for $45. I sent offers to watchers on eBay for $35, and someone did accept and paid for it, which is great. I love when people pay for it right away on eBay. I don't even count the sale until they pay for it, because I've had so many times people don't pay, and even though I remind them constantly. Okay, so my last sale on eBay is definitely one I would not pick up again. I've had this for a very long time. It's a really good example of an Anthropologie item I would recommend you not picking up. And if you haven't watched my Anthropologie video yet, I will again link this up on the screen. I think it's a really good one in terms of understanding what Anthropologie still sells well. This was a Dolan Park knit sweater contrast top that I purchased over a year ago. I lowered the price to $20 and I received an offer on eBay for $15 and quickly accepted. So those types of items are definitely going for a lower average sales price these days, and unless you can pick them up for super cheap and you can justify spending your time on something that might sell for $15 to $25, I would not recommend picking it up. And my last sale on Sunday was actually on Tradesy. This is an item I would definitely pick up again. I'm super happy with this. It was a new with tags Onya We Wore What collaboration, which I've talked about in the past in my swimwear video. Gosh, I'm really plugging all my past videos, but I'll link that up on the screen as well. And really like this collaboration. It sells for good money. Just to give you an idea, this swimsuit top retails for $95. I listed it at $80, so it really retains its resale value. But then it sold on Tradesy with a 15% off sale that they were running again, so it sold for $68. So I think this is a really good swimsuit line that definitely retains its value, and if you can acquire it right now, now is the time. So yeah, those were my sales over the weekend. Pretty happy with it, all things considered. April has been a pretty rough month, which you'll see next week when I go over my sales numbers in total for the month. But like I said in this video, there are a lot of items that I didn't really think would sell this weekend, and they did. Workwear, party dresses, people are buying swimwear, activewear and loungewear is of course doing well. But these past 3 days have really, given us some hope and have made us feel like, our work has not been in vain, because we have worked really hard this month, and because maybe people are starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But for now, we are just listing, and listing anything and everything that we can get our hands on, because again, items are selling that we wouldn't necessarily have guessed. So all right, well, thank y'all so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It means the world to me. We are getting close to 10,000 subscribers, which is bonkers, but super grateful for y'all. And y'all, click one of these videos. Look at this cool outro screen we created over the weekend. We are just so grateful to have you here. All right, have a fabulous week. I'll talk to you in the next one. Love y'all. Bye. Oh, you're making so many